Hey guys, we're live. Welcome into the stream. I got Florida Claimers Ted here. We're going to have Robert from Albie's Art come on as a guest later in the stream. We're going to do some Florida Lottery scratch tickets and show you guys some cool challenge coins today.
Yeah, other than music channels, yeah, we should get a good crowd, Nora. There's nobody live that I see except for music channels. That's it.
Okay, that's cool.
So that's cool. We're finally not stepping on anybody.
Boogie, woogie, woogie. What's up, Miss Honeybee? Welcome in. What's up, Wilma?
Honeybees.
Yeah, Miss Honeybees.
Them bees.
What's up, Petey Weedy? Petey's here. What's up, Pete? Welcome in, everybody. How's everybody doing today? Please hit the like on your way in.
Bees there. They're Petey Weedy.
There's the bees. Yeah, drop the bees.
Yeah, whole swarm of bees there in the chat.
Thanks, everybody, for being here. What's up, Amy Mead?
Yeah, there's Amy.
Amy's here. Petey Delaweedy. Chrissy just came in.
Chrissy.
Awesome, guys.
Yeah, we got to get Maria stung again so we can get that South Korean look again.
She's going to become immune and pretty immune to it.
She got tagged in the eye almost the other day. It didn't even make her swell like the other one did.
No, and apparently it's good for arthritis and stuff too. Hey, what's up, Joy? Baby biscuits in the house.
Yes.
They're the biscuits. It's a beautiful warm day here in sunny Orlando. What's up, everybody? Everybody connect to each other.
I headed out there. Like I said, I never got a chance to go get cash in.
I got some second chance big boys that I got from the girl at Wawa. She saved some for me. So I'm going to scan those and see if we got any coupons.
Well, we were gonna scratch last night, guys, but I forgot what came up. But I know that morphine's been taking a lot of my stamina out of me until I get switched back to my regular meds. But I was going to show you the ticket of the two winners that I got that should have been scratched on your channel. It's crazy.
Yeah. It's all good, guys. Life is life, and it's busy.
Yeah, I pick good tickets, guys. I really do. I look in the garbage cans. I ask the clerks. If you do due diligence, you can tilt these ticket odds in your favor. You can tilt the odds a little bit.
Yeah, my clerks don't really tell me nothing, but she did save me some big boys for a second chance. Whoever was chasing didn't care about the second chance, so she collected them for me. So there's Albie. What's going on? We got Robert here. What's going on, Robert? Robert made it, guys. We got a special guest today. He is a designer of the challenge coins that I've been showing off recently. And we're going to let him show off some of the excellent work that he does. How you doing today, Robert? Can you hear me? He's still getting set up, guys. So, wow, you got a $25 winner, Ted?
Yeah, yes. Like I said, that should have been scratched on your channel, too. Like I said, I only bought two, and I got a hit on one of them. And then look at this. I got 5 of these, and I got the win all. Look at that. See the 4? See the 4? That's a double win all.
That's your lucky number. Hold on. Let me make you big. That's your lucky number, Ted. What's up, Bonnie? Everybody saying
rare.
hello.
Look at that. See that 4? That's double win all. See what it says? Double win all. Look. Wow. Okay, so that there's no need to scratch the numbers, but yeah, see, it's all dollars. So 10 times 2, that's $20 winner. I haven't cashed it. I write 20. Yeah, I did write 20. This one, I wrote that up.
Session for you.
I did write 25 on that one too. But yeah, see, these should have been scratched.
What's up, Mooney? Mooney, I just sent you some messages. Mooney and I are pet keepers. He has some unusual pets, and I just got a couple, so we chat back and forth. I won't freak you guys out on my stream. What's up, Angel Rooskies?
Ignore these are the 2 I didn't scratch yet, or 4. The 4 of them I didn't scratch.
Yeah, we got the treasure hunt. Yeah, let's go.
2 in a row there, and I
Good to
didn't
see
scratch
you,
these.
Maria.
I don't think I could buy these in advance anymore, guys. I love this ticket too much. I can't hold on to them. I just can't. I love the ticket. Yeah. Now this one last night, I couldn't stop looking at it. I finally scratched them.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's 4 straight losers. See them right there in the bucket.
What's up, Robert? Is your microphone working?
Test.
Oh,
he's
sweet. Okay. He's gonna come on after we get done scratching, okay?
Yeah.
And he's gonna show off his
Trying
challenge.
to set up my computer right now so you'll be able to see what I do.
Oh, sweet. So you could show your screen and everything?
Right.
That would be awesome. Okay, sweet guys, let's go.
I'm just tearing the ticket. Oh, I got 30 and 31. Dead center of book. All right, let's see here.
Scratch that paint in the house. Whoa.
Yeah, I could do code tickets. We could do the live tickets right now.
Mel, what's up, Melly Mel? Mel's here. Getting the small YouTuber crowd in, guys. This should be interesting for you guys.
Oh yeah, the coins. You guys are gonna love to see this.
Yeah, this is he's going to show you the process of start to finish, how he makes challenge coins, and show you some of his artwork.
All right, we got a winner right there. I mean, we got a bonus symbol.
Please.
All right, we got a frog.
Yes.
We got a toilet seat. No, we don't have that toilet seat. No toilet seat, guys. Nothing. Dead fish. Didn't I see a dead fish? Yeah, we got dead fish.
That's good, Maria.
Stairway to
Bonnie's
heaven.
here. What's up, Bonnie? Amy's dropping some clovers for you, Ted.
I know you guys like Loterias. And the new treasure hunt, guys, you'll like it. The $3 ticket, it is just like Loterias.
Steve's here.
Steve Aruskis. All right, so we got the pitcher. Yeah, I've gotten so much better at these since I first started. I used to suck at these.
He wouldn't even do them.
Oh, yeah. I didn't want to just scan the bottoms.
Guys, connect up to each other. Mel Runs Things has a YouTube channel. Connect up to each other. Thank you to all my channel members.
We got a $5 winner right here, I think. Look at that. I think that's the bell right there.
Yeah?
That looks like a bell right here. Let's see if it's a bell. Yes, we got a $5 winner right here, guys.
Hey, let's go.
There we go.
All right.
I picked some fire tickets, man.
Let's go.
Because I spent 20 on these and I got back 45.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah, and then these, now we're in the profit, I think. All right, I think the only thing I could possibly get is maybe 15. I think it's 15 winners. So let's see.
We're doing good, Steve. I got a special guest that's going to come on after we finish our tickets, guys, to show you some challenge coins. Should be fun. Taco Bell Diary comes through.
Moving over Miami. What do you think, Nora? We got to get the $15 hit right here. Let's see.
Yeah, let's go.
All we need is arrows. Yeah, this is $5 already, guys. This is already $5. $2 lottery.
Yeah, same here, Steve. I'm working on that as well. Don't forget your taxes, guys. Don't forget you can contribute to your IRA up to the 15th and use that as a write-off. So if you know you're going to owe, you might as well contribute to your IRA and use it as a deduction. This is not financial advice. I am not an expert. I just know that's a little tip. What's up, Mike?
Yeah, the caller card, you do not get a double. Okay. The bonus caller card, guys, unfortunately, is not a double up. It is on the $5 one, but nope. See, look at that. They put the star instead of the arrows. I thought we had 15, but nope, we got 5 on this one.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm way in the profit this session.
Heck yeah. You can buy another session. What's up, Mama Trish?
All right, so look at that.
For hanging out.
You winners.
Share out the stream too, guys, if you can.
I think we go back to back, Nora. Let's see.
You have an appointment tomorrow. That's right on time. Is anybody here a tax expert or can come up and give us some tax tips? Raise your hand.
Everybody's gonna tell you go to H&R Block.
Yeah, I'm doing the online one.
No pair. Got a rose.
Bonnie
Every rose.
Hello. Mama Trish saying hello.
Musician, right? We got Steve Brand over here in the corner. All right, there we go.
You've been called a cool arrow. It's cool.
Mermaid. All right, we got Daryl Hannah over here. Let's see.
That's a
Flower Pop.
throwback.
Ooh, look at this. Yeah, we might have a $5 winner again. Back-to-back fives.
No
That'd be
way,
cool.
really?
Maybe. We got a chance.
Maybe.
All right.
Well,
We
okay.
got somebody hugging the barf barrel down here, but we don't have it up here. No barf barrel. All right, who's smoking trees over here? There we go. We got Kermit the Frog. We got Kermit. No Kermit.
We're in Louisiana, says Mama Trish, heading back to good old Missouri.
Bookaboo.
I bet Louisiana's already hot.
We got the Crown. Oh, look at this. Man, it'd be nice to get 20. All we need is a hand.
Man.
All right, we got two chances.
Come on.
Yeah, look at this, Nora. Look at this. We got a chance right
Bonnie.
here.
I appreciate that.
If we get a dead fish, we got 100, Nora. If we get a cello, we got a 5, and we got a 20 if we get a pimp backhand, Ike Turner. Right, here. We got that parrot in the window, and that's a
Ted ruined my sense of humor. I apologize in advance, everyone.
All right, what are we gonna get here? Come on! No, it's a damn star. The star shot us down again, man. So see, there's nothing there, guys. Yeah, this is. See, look at that. We had a chance also for 40 up here. Look at this. Yeah, I'm just gonna scan that just for the heck of it.
Yeah, you never know. What's up, Banfield Road?
That's got way too much stuff on it right there.
Banfield in the house. Snake 1215. What's going on?
That's the snake.
Snake.
There's another lotteria right here.
They are.
Yeah, these are just like it, guys. These are just like. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead because I'm not used to this ticket. I might need their help here. Oh, we got a little
where you at, Angel? We need some eagle eyes.
Yeah, that cannon looks just like a frog. Look at it. The cannon looks like a frog, guys.
Berdazzle is in the building. What's up, Berdazzle?
Look at that. Look, the cannon looks like a frog.
Oh, that's with all the Lotteria tickets. There's always two symbols that look similar.
Yeah,
Ted, did you know statistically there's 2, not million, but billion lottery winnings that go unclaimed every year? 2 billion.
I know.
That's wow.
A lot of people smoking grass when they shouldn't be.
I know people scratch them drunk.
Exactly. That too.
Hey, what's up, Penny? That's when you want to start looking in the trash because they'll scratch them real fast and throw them out, and they'll throw winners in the trash. Thank you, Penny. I appreciate it. What's up, Gypsy and the Vanilla Gorillas in the house? What's going on? Wow, thank you so much, Penny. Penny dropped the 5 gift memberships. Let's go.
Got that one.
Say something in the chat. You might win a gift membership. Thank you so much, Penny. I appreciate it.
Little Penny.
Yeah, I gotta pay my YouTube taxes this year. I gotta pay those. Thank you so much, and welcome to the new members. I have not scratched this ticket yet. I have a few of them.
Yeah, I don't see that stacked. I see the
might just save mine for the next one so we could get Robert to come up here. My mom used to save winning tickets. By the time she remembered, the tickets had expired. Ah, man. Yeah, they do expire.
Yeah, they do.
A long time, but they actually do expire. Thank you so much, Penny. If you just want a gift membership, do me a favor. Go over to Gamblicious' channel, give her a follow, and leave her a nice comment on one of her recent videos. Tell her you met her over at Nora.
Shovel. Okay, that's a shovel right there. Yeah, you guys are gonna like them. If you like Lotteria tickets, I would recommend this ticket. You're gonna like it. It's you get a lot for your money.
Get a lot of bang for your buck. Shout out to Jessie Miller. She's gonna be dropping a premiere, guys. If you want to go show her some love, and then just come right on back. Come right on back and see me.
Pirates. Okay, what do we got here? Cannonballs. Got those right there.
I just let my company take an extra 100 a week out for taxes. Then my YouTube is there. You go. Okay. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, exactly. Because I don't think YouTube will take it out. It's just a different way of making money. It's just the way it is. They can't do that, or If they can, let me know. I'd
Yeah.
rather them take it out.
Tree. We got a tree right there.
Anybody a pro with that? Because otherwise, you do owe. You end up owing whatever tax bracket you're in.
Pearl necklace, pearls.
Like all day long, Mel. There's all different. I think there's 3 drawings a day. It's at least 2 drawings a day. Some of them are 3. I know Cash Pop is 3 for the Cash Pop.
What's that thing? What is that? It's like, what is that? A boat or something?
A lot of people don't claim them, so they're already ahead right off the rip. They're already ahead with it. The house always wins, guys. Right off, save your receipts. I don't know. I don't scratch enough to do that, but I know some of the bigger channels do save their. They do use them for their taxes. My trucking company takes it out, and then I pay the YouTube taxes. Yeah, it's best to have your company take out extra money.
Ooh, Parrot, I missed something. Parrot. I'm missing symbols. Oh, I missed a coin too.
Right.
Coin right there. Yeah, I'm missing symbols. We got a winner right here, guys. I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Gem. Look at that. We got a winner right here. We got a winner.
The symbols are cool.
All right. Well, hold on. I'm missing rows. Hold on. Okay, I got that row. I missed that whole row right there. The coin. Good thing I went back and looked. The coin and the parrot. See how easy it is to throw winners in the garbage?
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
I missed the parrot. I missed the coin.
Easy.
The wheel. I got that one. I got the tree. All right. So now let's see. I think I got everything, guys. That's why I was asking for help.
Oh,
All right.
really?
So we can't. Yeah, we got a winner though. Look. Okay. So we got nothing there. No. Okay. We got a winner right here. Got one winner right there. Okay. And remember, you can go up and to the side. This is better than a lottery, I think. All right. We need a gold bar. We didn't get that. Fish.
Yeah.
We need a crab. We didn't get that. Okay. Now Pro 2. This is the one. Okay. What is this right here? What's that? Is that the sun?
You got to bring it to the camera so we can see.
Yeah. Let me show you guys. Okay. Let me
What
just.
I do, I just bring it close.
Yeah, let me go ahead. Let me just make sure I don't see nothing else, and then I'll let them look. Okay, so we needed a key down here. I don't see the key. Okay, we needed 2 symbols there. We need a money bag. We definitely didn't get that. The only one I'm worried about the sun. Did we get a sun? Nope, there it is. But there it is, guys. See, like I said, here's the one I do see. See, I see that we got the ring. See the ring. We got the coin. The coin's right here. Coin. We got the arrow or shovel. I mean, I'm going to call it an arrow, but it's a shovel.
Yeah, right.
And see the gem, guys? The gem is all the way down here. The gem's down here in the bottom. So I see one row going across here. Don't get too excited. I think I see a small 0, maybe. Yeah. Don't. But I see one row being a winner, guys, right here.
There's my StreamYard referral link. If you guys want StreamYards, you can use that link for a discount. Thank you for the thumbs up. Did you get a winner?
$5. Yep, it's $5.
Not bad.
So I'm saying I picked some fire tickets, man.
Not bad. Heck yeah. You got enough for a nice new session.
Yeah, I didn't pick many, but I picked all winners, man.
Only scratching winners.
I got 1 live ticket left. That's it right here. We're going to try to do this fast. We got the guest in the house.
Yeah, we got a guest in the basement, guys.
Yeah, you guys are going to love him.
Mike Torres, welcome to the Hurricane Squad. Angel Scratch Show won a membership. Baby Biscuits Joy won a gift membership. Arkansas and D-Man got Gamblicious' 5 gifted memberships. Thank you, guys, and welcome. Don't forget you have channel emojis that you can use.
Yeah, let me try to get these done faster. All right, we got the clam thing. All right, we got the clam. We got here the parrot right there. That was a map.
Ted will eventually make new names up for all the symbols.
Oh, yeah. Because we got a guest. That's why I'm not going to goof around right now. All right, there's
You're right, Joy. 5's better than a
money bag. There's the money bag.
What's up, Joe? Arcade's in the house.
There's Joey.
Dish and bar. McElroy. Yo, did you guys see? I love watching my boy Paddy Pimblett fight in the UFC. Oh my God, my boy is on fire. He was a beast last night. Oh man, he beat the brakes off of Michael Chandler. Oh my God, guys.
Right there? No, that's not the right looking wheel.
Loved it, loved it, loved it.
Oh, that's a wheel though.
You can watch the replay, guys, if you're into
Wheel.
UFC. Paddy Pimblett.
What the hell is that? Oh, it's a ship.
He talks a lot of shit. He calls people sausages. But he can back it up, though.
Ship.
Chantra's in the house. What's going on, Chantra?
Ruski. There's the ship, guys. The ship is this weird symbol right here with the white and the brown. Yeah, there we go. What's this? We got a ring.
You're welcome. Thank you, guys. If you got a gift membership, please make sure you're connected to Gamblicious. She's a wonderful supporter of our community. And give her a subscribe and tell her thank you over on her channel. Give her a full watch and a subscribe. Watch some of her videos. She drops videos just about every single day, guys.
Gold bar.
Eagle Eye needs the link. Oh snap, Angel. Angel, you wanna come up? He's almost done.
Key, yeah.
Angel
by the time you get up here, I'll be done.
What's
by
up,
the time
big homie? Cheers.
Hey, little homies.
Big homies in the house. Ted's having fun with these.
What's that? Oh, that coin. Yeah, I'm just gonna bang them out, and then we'll do forensic examine.
Oh God. All right.
You got the chest and the compass. I thought I saw that compass somewhere. There it is here. That's the compass right there.
How is it in Biloxi? Says Gamblicious.
It's right there.
It's so cute to see you, Gamblicious and Truckin' Treasure doing a scratch together. That was awesome.
We need a pirate symbol, guys. We need that pirate. Oh no, I think it's gonna be a loser. All right, let me see.
Oh, Joy won 300 yesterday on lottery ticket. Go ahead, Joy. You're lucky.
Yeah.
We might just send you money, let you scratch for us. You're luckier than I am. We should just send money to Joy. Let her scratch them.
Oh yeah. I don't think I missed anything, but maybe I did because I don't. Okay, yeah, I got the key. All right, I don't see where I missed any rows. Anchor, because I got the anchor and the gold bar. So let's just do. Okay, so we got nothing going that way. We got nothing going that way. We got nothing going this way. Nothing going this way. We're missing that one symbol there and there. All right, so then we got nothing that way. Nothing that way. Nothing that way. So that top part is a big fat loser. Let's just go up and down first. Okay, so there's nothing there. Nothing there. Nothing there. All one symbol short, except for this row is two symbols short, and then nothing there. Okay, then we go this way. Nope.
What's up,
nope.
Cam?
Nope. And then seahorse we need. Nope. So this one is a loser, guys, but they sure did a good job on this ticket, guys. It looks like you could win on every one of these.
Wow.
So yeah, this is a big fat flop.
Hey Angel, how many coins do you have left of your new design?
Still scan it though. You never know when you miss a symbol. But yeah, I ended up with these. These are the tickets I had gotten from Nora's channel. Even
he's in profit today.
Oh yeah. I spent 30 total, 30, and I got back. Let's see, 25. There was 20 here, so that's 45. 50, 55. So yeah, I got back. Yeah, I got back 55 out of 30.
He's got 16 coins left, guys.
Yeah.
Nice. That's
55 out of 30, guys.
That's a good day any day. Heck yeah, let's go.
It was 10. It was way up. Let me make sure it was 10.
Good morning. God is great all the way from Japan. Hello, good morning. It's 4 a.m. in Japan, guys. Cheers and welcome, my friend. God is great. Connect up.
Yep, almost doubled up, Nora. I got 55 back out of 30.
Hey, man. Congrats. Oh, Joy sent you a picture of her winning ticket, Ted.
Oh, yeah. She did.
Congrats, Joy. Man, I tell you what, Joy is a lucky lady. Biscuits is a lucky lady.
Let's see, I got more tickets for those.
And she gets Ted. Ted's the bonus. She gets Ted as a
She gets me as the loser. She's got all the winners there. I'm the loser. I'm her loser.
Oh man, nah.
I'm a big old stinking loser. That's right, Biscuits? I'm a stinking loser.
All right, can we bring Robert on? Robert,
Yeah, bring him up.
All right, let's bring Robert up. Let's go.
Got a big old crowd for Robert now.
There we go.
Okay, can you hear me?
I'm loving that shirt.
Yeah, we can
Thank you.
Fire. Yeah, you sound good.
Appreciate it. I'm gonna send up on present, right? So that way they can see my screen.
Yep.
Share screen. All right. Should be seeing it in my screen now, right?
Yeah. Hopefully we got a big crowd here now, Rob. We got a nice crowd here.
Oh, that's right.
You select which screen you want to share. You'll see a list.
I have my setup has like 5 screens on it, so I have to find the right one.
Yeah, you have to click on which one.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Angel said, "Thank you for your service, Robert."
Thank you. I appreciate that.
That's a sweet shirt. Yeah.
This is a shirt that my spouse got me.
Very nice.
Yeah, she found it online or somewhere. You can Google for like 80-second Hawaiian shirts, and it'll come up.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay, and then I thought it'd be best to show you what my most recent client was. It was a R2, Southern R2 Builders is their name. They were a group of people that build life-size R2D2s that are film ready, but they do it for charity work.
Okay.
All right, so they what they do is they build up
There's
R2.
your second screen. Is that what you're wanting to show?
Yeah, that's perfect.
There we go.
So anyway, this is their logo they gave me to work with for starters, and to extrapolate from and build a coin for them. So what they do is this coin is not one that can be sold outside of the public, but it would be given to the members within the group and stuff like that, and also to be traded amongst different groups, because Southern R2 Builders is just one group of the larger R2 building community, which is international. Wow. And so what they do is they help each other build R2s and stuff like that, and do the electronics so that it completely can drive around and it beep and pop all over the place. And they'll take it to like a children's hospital and brighten up everyone's spirits and stuff like that. All right, so
I didn't know that existed. That is cool.
Yes. So they'll do that, and they'll also team up with the 501st, which is the Vader's Fist. It's the group of people that will cosplay as, Darth Vader, Emperor, Stormtroopers, things like that. But they also have like a Rebels group that they also partner up with, so that way they can, have a good, well-rounded experience when they go to like these cancer wards and stuff like that for the children. Just try to brighten up their day.
That is so.
Anyway.
Fun. Yeah.
So what I do is I will take an image such as this, and so for example, based on the specifications of this coin, like they wanted this side to be 3-dimensional, as rounded as possible, protruding from the field, which is what we call this section here, the main back section of the coin. And then you have your ridge that we hear along this, and usually we have like a message here, wording on the bottom and on the top. And then you have a backside, And so, for example, the finished product on this one was this one right here. There we go. So this is what the coin eventually came out to look like. So all this is 3-dimensional, and it comes out, and I'm going to show you how I got to this point step by step. But you can see that this side is more flat because we were using enamel to make all this coloring and stuff like that come out, and so that way it really popped, And I'm going to show you what I did. So for starters, with the front side here, it's actually a little bit longer process than a lot of people think it is. Because what I have to do is come into a program called Maya. And this is a 3-dimensional programming.
Oh, look at this.
And what I did was I have to build on R2.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Look at that, guys.
That is cool.
So the
No
first thing I
way.
do,
I've
so the
never
first thing-
seen this before.
yeah, so this is a program that I use. It's a three-dimensional program. It's called Maya. And whenever I'm doing a coin that requires a three-dimensional spacing, I have to first do it three-dimensional. All right. So then what I'll do is I'll take images of it from different angles, you know, so that way I can get the client a best option of what it is that he's looking for, right? Now, in this case, he wanted it to be identical to the two-dimensional image that he gave me as my source material, which was this one right here. Let me bring it back up. So this was, so I knew I needed to get this angle because this is the angle that they wanted, because they wanted this identical to the drawing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what I would do is just try to, you know, line it up. I'd actually literally pull that image into here, so that way I can go like, let's see here. Give it a second. So I would just pull it so that I'm looking at it face front. Pull in the exact image.
What's up, Kaiser? Guys, his website address is in the banner at the bottom if you want to go look at his website.
Yes, and if you wanted coins or anything like that, by all means, there's a store and all that you can go to, and you can see some of the ones that I'm allowed to sell. So anyway, so I would just take a picture, the picture usually they give me, bring it into the scene, so that way I can see exactly what it is I'm looking for in the image.
No way.
So when I get it to the right angle, such as that, roughly, hide this, take an image, and now I have my image that I'm looking for, right?
Wow.
But this is only part of it. This is just so that I can get a company to understand what it is I'm trying to convince them. They also require what is known as a CNC negative, so that way they can cut the mold and actually make out the ingots.
Wow.
Okay, so that comes into play because I will take the image and then coloring, show exactly what is depth, what is raised. You see what I'm saying? So everything that's gold here, or more like a copper color, is actually pulled away from the field. And I always call the field, the lowest point is this greenish color.
Okay.
So then I have to go through and make certain that everything that they are seeing and that it reflects what it is that we're trying to go for. So if we're trying to do this three-dimensionally, you can see where my blueness, or these blue lines here, is they were mistakenly understanding how to put it together, because they were not seeing these blue lines as being for the enamel to be on.
Mm.
So they have to be literally like created like little swimming pools, so that the enamel can get in there and then stay there and not move out, you know, and move to another area we don't want.
Gotcha. Like enclose it in a shape.
Yeah, yes, yeah. Or like dig down a little bit, you know, like create like basically like a little swimming pool, like a little divot. And then the enamel can sit in there and dry. And then when they clear coat it over it, the enamel's not going anywhere. Okay, so that is how you get a three-dimensional side. Now, initially though, you can see how I go through like all these pictures, because I'm trying to get references. I'm trying to get understanding as to what the client wants. We'll go through several iterations trying to get to the point where, like, let's see here. I think I still have the older images. We were going to have, yeah, this was the first option that we went to. We were suggesting that, you know, Hartu had a bad day and he needed to relax.
Well, look at the palm tree. I like that.
So I had a palm tree in the back because he's here in Florida, right? Because it's southern here. And then I gave him a little
okay.
a little drink. The problem though is that the leadership, the people that are in charge of the overall licensing of R2, which is part of Lucasfilms, did not like this because they thought this kind of looked like a cerveza, the beer. So they wanted that. They wanted it gone. They wanted it to be more family friendly.
Gotcha.
Now here's the funny part is if you read Arboresh, which I happen to do because I'm a big Star Wars nut, I could tell that this was spelled backwards.
Oh, okay.
So
already
the local group had been running around with with their logo backwards.
Oh,
So I fixed it for him, to just help him
Okay.
out, so that way I get it right. Because if he was like struggling, he was struggling with me because I was just like, oh my goodness, this is backwards. So anyway, on the backside, they decided for a design that I came up with which was the silhouettes of all the different droids that they might want to build, or that their members have built over the years, and try to keep it like a minimalist concept.
gotcha.
So this is why I went with this, with nice silhouettes and coloring, to show that way you can easily see which droid is which. Not that, the shape of Chopper is going to be very different than is the shape of R2. So most people are going to be like, oh, I know who that is. I know who that is. If I just did silhouettes, but I thought highlighting it with their unique color would be fine. So this is just a artistic rendering of what I came up with, right? But because this is flat, I don't need to do all these droids. I've done all these droids three-dimensionally, but that's a different story. That's called, not sleeping. Anyway, the main point is that so I don't need to do that for a two-dimensional side. All I need to do is draw two-dimensional images, such as these.
Right.
So that way I can give these to the manufacturer, and then they can make the CNC machine be able to cut and grooves and what have you appropriately, so that each of these are pools, and so that the color can go in there without any problem, but not go into an area that isn't supposed to have them,
Right.
So it would look like this.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay. So then, and from an angle and stuff like that, you can see how the pools are.
Mm-hmm.
So basically,
Okay.
you can see that
A little simpler for you.
yeah. So that way you can see where all the ink of the enamel will sit, and once it dries, then they clear coat it, and then go about their day.
Would this be less expensive than, say, the one with the 3D like raised features on it?
Because of the way I do things, it really doesn't matter.
Okay.
The reason why I say that is because most people.
Ted. Yep.
I'm sorry.
No, I was saying Ted was saying an inside peek at the coin design for the people that are just coming in.
Oh.
This is Albie's art. He's
Yes,
showing us how the process of making a challenge coin, guys. You can.
So when they go and get all the CNC done and cut the molding, right? They will take a red hot ingot, roughly this a little smaller than, it'd be about the size of a quarter, I guess, because these are it depends on the size of the coin's finishing size, but most likely I do 2-inch coins. So they'll do about a quarter to $1, $half, but it's a little thick, right? And so then they'll put it into the CNC, or excuse me, between the two halves of the mold and slam it together and get a silver ingot. Because this here is like 10
without the
or
color
nickel.
on it.
Right.
That's cool.
Okay. So once they get to this point, then all they have to do is go and take a syringe, a very narrow pointed syringe, and go through and fill in all the color that I specified. You can see where all this is blue, or is going to be blue. And then this is all going to be black. You see what I'm saying?
Nice. Yeah, I understand what you're showing off there, guys. This is how they
I can't read the comments, so if anyone's like asking a question, I won't be able to see it. So
Scratch That Paint said that's the other side. Yeah, they're like the front is on one side and the back was the other image.
right, I always do coins that are two-sided. I know that there's some companies out there that'll only do one side, and then this side will be flat, or it'll be their advertising or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I do not do that. If it's for charity and stuff like that, and I'm putting that foot in the bill, I will laser etch my information on the edge of the coin.
Wow. Oh yeah.
But not on the face of the coin or on the back side of the coin, because I don't want my company being in the limelight of something that's for charity and stuff like that.
So how will the tariffs? We have a question with the price hikes and tariffs making coins in the USA. Back in play, expect all coins of quality to cost $25 or more now.
Yes.
What are your thoughts with the tariffs and
The tariffs are definitely getting in the way. It's mainly because of the shipping itself, per se. Not necessarily the materials. The raw materials that are getting where it is that my manufacturer gets it from is pretty much staying the same because raw materials, I guess, are not tariffed or something. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure on how that all works. But
Okay.
I do know that, yes, I had to raise all my prices up about $5. So now my 2-inch coins, which used to be $14.99 or $15, are now having to be $20. And my 2.5 coins that I have, like the thank you for your service coins that you've been showing off prior to me coming on,
Right.
those were $20 for the longest time, and now I have to raise them to 25 because I just need for me to cut, as any type of profit, so I can keep on doing this. I had to raise up the prices. Otherwise, I was basically losing it in the shipping to get the coins from the manufacturer.
That's where they get. Do you think there'll be shipping delays with this with the tariffs?
There have been.
There have been shipping delays.
Not long, but like a couple of days.
Okay.
It's not so bad yet that it's gotten to the point where I'm having an issue. But
Right.
yeah, as long as I meet my deadlines and meet my clients' deadlines, I don't care what the economic world is doing, but they just need to stop messing with my business.
Yeah.
So anyway, but that is how it goes from the point of conception, because originally you guys are just getting an idea, and then you go and voice it to me. I go and try to put it in best in images, those words into images, and then go from there. Sometimes I'm needed to make a 3-dimensional model. Sometimes I'm not. It depends on what exactly we're doing. For example, my most recent client, this is my most recent client, I apologize, but another client that I had just finished with was wanting a coin to do for a commemorative coin for the Netherlands American Cemetery. This is the cemetery that is in the Netherlands for the 101st and 82nd who had perished during the occupation when they tried to liberate them back in World War II. And so she wanted to have a remembrance coin. Now this one here, because of the simplicity of it, I didn't need to do any 3-dimensional drawings. I could just do it all by 2-dimensional, and it'll come out just as perfect. In fact, it did already come out because
it'll be gold toned like that.
Yep, it ended up looking like. Hold on a second. Where did I put it? Give me 1 second. I got to get off the board.
They may waive the tariffs for I think about 3 months or so. So anybody that's wanting to get channel coins made, I would hop on it sooner than later. But I think they'll come to an agreement. Yeah, it's nice. And Angel's offering you one of his channel coins. I think I have an extra one though. Next time I meet up with Robert, I can give him one, Angel, so that's no problem if he wants one.
So anyway, that coin that I was just showing you ended up looking like this.
I don't think it'll be too bad. Let me make you big so.
Yeah, that's right.
I can make you big now. So you can show off some cool. Oh wow, look at that.
So this is what the physical item came up to. This is so that, excuse my shakiness. It's my Parkinson's. Anyway, so this is what the physical coin came out and ended up looking.
Okay, it's pretty nice.
I'm trying not to get
Nice
it.
work, guys. Yeah.
Are any of these manufacturers in the USA, or are they all shipped overseas?
My manufacturers, for me to have it cost effective and have it as cheap as possible for the customers, are coming from China.
Okay, that's what I thought, because most of the people do get them from China.
Yeah, for us to be cost effective, because it just costs too much otherwise if we try to get them in the States, because everyone has small amounts of thing. What do you call it? Cost of living and all that. So, but you can see the backside on here. And this here section is called UV printing, which means that what happens is that it's slightly raised.
Okay.
And here, let me go back to the other screen.
Yeah, that's like Raging's coin. We have
better.
A few creators that have the UV. Yeah, they just started.
So this is UV printing, and the reason why is you want the high detail, but you can't do that in the metal per se, because the CNC drill to try to get that detail is just not accurate enough, right?
Right.
So as for example,
that's pretty.
This was a wedding coin that I did for a client. And this is the family that
Oh,
is to the bride and then the groom. You know what I'm saying? But so they want to make sure that
That's
everybody was,
awesome.
wow, that's so much detail. Yeah.
yeah, they want to
Yeah,
make sure
it's
all
good.
that detail was captured. So the only way we could do that is by UV printing. Now it's still 3-dimensional,
Look at that.
but so what they do is they'll cut the mold as close to like the face and stuff like that, and make as much of the bumps for like the nose, the brow, the brow of the forehead.
Mhm.
But when it comes down to it, though, they'll glue. Well, not glue per se. It's adhesive, yes, but I'm not exactly sure what kind of adhesive. But it has to be for like a high res paper onto the coin and make certain that it doesn't come off, obviously. And then, of course, they clear coat it so that way it really sealed in. This one here is a wedding coin that I did a couple of years ago, and you can still see how the quality of it still is pretty decent.
That is awesome.
That is really.
This one here I did for a gentleman by the name of Mr. Wright. It's the son of Bill Wright. This gentleman is Bill Wright, who was a 101st paratrooper that jumped into D-Day, and at the location that he was, which was the Angleville Plain. It's a place over in northern, like Normandy, like northern France. Sorry, northern France. Anyway, on June 9th, he managed to save 98 souls. Right? Now, some of them are German, some of them are Americans. He didn't care. He just saw a person in need and took care of them. Well, the local magistrate and the local people have considered him a huge hero. Let me get my finger out of his face. And so then the church that he did all this at now has a stained glass window to his honor.
Wow.
All right.
That is beautiful.
And then on the backside is a painting that they wanted to capture because the painting has gotten so old and stuff like that. I don't think it's in circulation anymore, but they wanted it to be recaptured on the coin, showing his heroics. This particular coin was given to the Supreme Commander of all Allied forces at the UN, and it was a really nice gesture. They sent pictures of it and everything like that, sent it to me to be like, hey, look where your coins are going.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Very nice.
so that there is just a kind of small example of what I do. I also do a lot more things. That's just one side of my company. The other side of my company is I'm a VFX and an animation artist. I was trained here in Orlando at the Dave School.
Very cool.
It's the digital animation and visual effects school that's on the back lot of Universal Studios. There we learn.
Wow. Yeah.
I want to get back to my screen real quick.
Okay, let me switch to your the screen you're showing off.
Yeah.
Oops, sorry. There we go.
Okay. There, do things like this. Give me a second. We go to like on my Instagram and stuff like that. We do a lot of that stuff, or we put stuff up there to try to get people to see what we're doing. But for example, this one. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Thanks again for coming on. This is very interesting.
No, thank you for having me. I appreciate it. I always love talking about my stuff. I'm a big narcissist.
A lot of people don't realize too, these coin companies will lie to you and say that they're making them in the USA, but 99% of them are making them overseas.
Yeah.
And they'll just gouge you. You know what I mean? Because I had a person saying they were making them local and they wanted, for 100 coins, they wanted $1,200. So that's $12 a piece at 100 quantity. And I have no proof that they made them.
Normally, I can get a coin down a little around $5-ish, $7, somewhere around in there.
Okay.
Yep.
So like all those coins I just showed you were less than 10. The most complex one was the one with the flower, and that one I think was $7.50 a coin.
Wow.
But that's at like a 200 unit order, you know, because the more coins you get, the cheaper it gets, because based on per coin. So that way you can be able to utilize things. I don't know if you're getting the audio of this, but this is a POV. This is a PSA that we're working on. Oh, you can't see because it's not linking up right. It looks like the screen is dark.
There's
Oh, there
Chunka.
you go.
Oh no, we can see it. We can see the
Oh, okay.
animation. It's just no
Okay.
sound, but that's cool.
Yeah, so this is an animation we're currently working on. It's a PSA to try to help kids not get run over by the school bus or by traffic and stuff like that. So this is something that we're working on. So all this is obviously fake. Everything here I'm creating as I go. Are you able to hear the audio?
No audio.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well,
Video's good.
it's probably because the computer, as far as it can knows, I don't have a camera on it. But anyway, so this is kind of what I do. So I do animation. The other thing that we like to do is VFX shots, which are enhancing of live action films. Like let's say you were going to do a commercial or something like that, and you wanted it to explode or something like, to have the building explode behind you. Well, obviously you don't want to explode a building; it's expensive and hard to clean up. So what we'll do is we'll do it in the computer like this. We'll build the building like I did for a client of ours not too long ago who wanted to advertise his books. Let me see if I can find it real quick.
Thank you, Chris, for your super chat. Appreciate it, guys. Check out Chris Shirey Baby's channel, guys.
So this is a commercial that we did for a client not too long ago to advertise his new book series that he came out with. Let me see if I. So I started with. He wanted to start it out as being like a documentary. So we started out, and if you were to hear this dialogue, which you can see this on my Instagram post, if you were on Instagram, you could do albies.art, and you can see this video because I have it on the Instagram, and it has the dialogue and everything. So anyway, the point that I was making is that he wanted it to start off looking like a documentary, and then it gets interrupted and it has a mishap. So that I had to build an exact replica of the Library of Congress because he wanted to be the Library of Congress be in this shot.
That's a lot of work. Wow.
This took me about 8 months.
Yeah, I was just looking at all the detail. That's wow.
And then it took me 30 minutes to blow it up.
Okay.
So, and then we put his book. This is the book that he was trying to advertise and stuff like that for that to be. This is a spot that he puts on websites and stuff like that to try to get people to look at his book.
Wow.
But you can see how the detail, and of course that's my helicopter I had to make for this, just for this one little scene.
No way.
And that took me almost a year. Because that is a very detailed helicopter.
Can you use that again in maybe another
Absolutely.
project? Yeah, see,
No.
there you go. Like that.
So the amount of time I put into a project or an asset, I don't just throw it away and be like, okay, well, that was good. Next. No.
Yeah.
We keep those things and we try to use them as often as possible because otherwise we're just wasting time. This is the reason why that Disney, Pixar, and stuff like that had 3 years of production for that of Toy Story for the first one, specifically for the first one, because it took them so long to make all the models, to make all the scenes, to make all the necessary components, and then to actually film it and stuff. And in fact, we made, if it wasn't for a guy who kind of broke the rules, we would never have the Toy Story because he accidentally took it. Well, he didn't accidentally take it home; he took it home on purpose. But because he did, that night something happened with the servers, and they all fried and lost all their data. Well, luckily, because he did take it home, they were able to salvage it and be able to get back on track.
Thank God. Yeah.
Yeah. But like, for example, the covers that he has me do are all out of, what are you doing? Oh, no, that's the thing. Sorry. That's not what I wanted. What I wanted to show you is, anyway, okay, here. So all 3 of these book covers I made using nothing but pixels and Maya, and create 3D images, and then we take an image that he likes and put it on the book cover.
Nice.
So I utilize my skills in multiple ways. I don't just
branch out into different industries, which is
absolutely. And I mean, once you learn something, you can usually apply it into multiple places, and you can usually get some decent cash that way.
Nice, guys.
So, any questions?
Put any questions you guys have in the chat. Could you possibly show off some of the coins you actually have? So we
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's no problem. I can show off most of them.
Coins. Yeah.
So, like, I think the best way to do it would be to, let me see here.
Go back to where you're at, right here.
Images.
Or
Let's go right here, and
I can bring this back up.
so I've done well over 150 coins over the course of my years. The problem though is that some coins are for organizations that cannot be shown. So
Right.
So I will show you ones I can show.
What's up, Scratch Off Fever? Crafties come in. Native Wildman, thank you guys. Thanks for the thumbs up, everybody. Give us a thumbs up.
So what I'm really horrible about doing is not getting stuff on my website. Now the store has everything, of course, because it's easy to put on the store and get done with it. But I like to try to put explanation behind everything because I put more into my coins than most people do. I try to tell a story with every coin I make. And for example, this here is the 82nd Airborne Division's 80 years of airborne operations. That's from 1942 to 2022. This is a coin that I made back in 2022, obviously. All these locations are locations that the 82nd has fought, and unfortunately, maybe have lost some people. So I was trying to put the majority of their most heroic areas on the coin, so that way it's a bit of a historical thing. On the back side, you have the 80, obviously in the stars and bars, the flag coloring. But these are the main infantry and field artillery battalions, brigades, that are operating still today. We've had some come and go, like the 325th, the 4th Battalion. They come and they turned into a different parachuting outfit out of Italy, things like that. But this is a C-47, and this is what's known as a Waco. This Waco is actually a glider. It was get pulled by the back of a 5th C-47 during World War II. Then at a certain point, they would release it. It would go and land actually at wherever the hell they could find a spot to go. And during D-Day, and more likely not be in the right spot. So we don't use these anymore because they're not really reliable. They were maybe good back then, but unfortunately nowadays, I mean, we used to cram these things with a Jeep or a small, the Jeeps and ammo, things like that, anything that we could get off there real quick. Unfortunately, they just weren't as much of a success. So this type of infiltration into enemy lines, yeah, we don't use this anymore. Now we use these big boys here. This is a C-17 that we utilize so that way he can drop a whole lot of people. Well, let me show you. Where is it? Give me 1 second.
So someone in the chat's asking how they can look at your animations. Like, how can they look at some of your animation work?
I put everything on Instagram or on my YouTube channel, which is also at Albies Art. And in fact, right now I'm launching a new series because I happen to be writing a book on the 82nd Airborne Division and the history of it, well, brief history. This is the inside of a C-130, or excuse me, a C-17. You can see how big and spacious it is, but you also see how much can of whoop ass that is packing.
Yeah.
Because everyone in there, well, let's just say you don't want to meet them on a dark night.
Right. Wow.
And that's not even all of them. That's just a guy standing on the thing. In reality, the front of the plane is another 10 feet back. He's just happened to be where the seats are. So there's about a good 2 to 3 more people on each side. So you're missing about another 10 guys. Yeah, but if they want to see my animations, all my animations and stuff like that, I try to get onto the YouTube channel. That and Spicy Gators, because Spicy Gator is also Spicy Gator Productions is also my company, but that's our VFX side as well as the animations. And then Albies Art is our manufacturing or merchandising side of things. But it's kind of like a mix of, it gets mixed up a little here and there because we try to do things that were segmented, but that doesn't really work. So now it's just like a conglomerate. Both companies are operating pretty much at this together, tandem. Anyway, that's one thing. So like one of the things that I like to do is try to do things for at 82nd, obviously, because it's my alma mater. But this one here was requested by a fellow jumper who wanted a coin commemorating all the locations that we actually had a combat jump.
Wow. That is badass. Look at that. How recent did you make this? Is this you made that this
One
year?
here was this one here was made about 2 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry. This was made about this one was 18 months ago. So yeah, but almost 2 years.
Are these still for sale? Like on
This
your
one,
store?
yeah, you can buy this on my website if you'd like.
Okay, there you go, guys. If you like something you see.
This one here is not for sale, but this is one that I can show off. Well, actually, I should correct myself. This one kind of is for sale. This one I did for the historical society that is the 82nd Division Museum that's there on location. If you were to donate to the museum a certain amount of money, you would get this coin as a donation.
Wow.
And what this coin is representing is obviously this is their seal, and their quote or their motto is honoring the past, preserving the future. Okay. So on the back side, what I did was this side here is all World War II jumpers that would jump out of a C-47.
Yeah, like that picture you just showed. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah. And then this one here is all modern jumpers jumping out of a C-17.
Wow. That's sharp.
Mm-hmm. And then now this is the new one that you can purchase from their website, from the museum website. This is on specifically on the Iron Mike paratrooper. This is a big statue that we have at Fort Bragg that is to commemorate all paratroopers, past and present. And so again, they were the ones that commissioned it, so they wanted their logo on it. And then on the backside, you can see here it says dedicated to all paratroopers, past, present, and future. Iron Mike in honor of the airborne paratroopers whose courage and dedication and traditions make them the world's finest fighting soldier. And this is a painting that was very highly wanted, but unfortunately, I think the painter, the person that painted it is passed. So I don't think this is up for sale anymore. So they wanted to commemorate it in the coin. And so that way, and if you look at it very closely, it's a UV printing of all different era of soldier that would have been part of the 82nd.
Wow, that's a lot of detail. Very nice.
This one here I did for the 101st to celebrate their 4 houses. That's what they call for their main brigades that they have, and well underneath the 101st moniker, which is the Screaming Eagles. They're the ones out of Kentucky. But they were also very highly elite unit in World War II. The Band of Brothers was made about them. I don't know. A lot of people know about Band of Brothers, the HBO special.
Okay.
And that was specifically made about the 101st. This is
that's your business card.
Yeah, this is my business card. And the reason why I have it this way is because this way it shows the three-dimensional items that we can do, but also two-dimensional with the enamel, and then raised lettering. And then on the back side here, I have my UV printing. So I have like all kinds of examples within the coin, so that way I can show off whenever I'm talking to somebody.
Smart. Yeah, you did give me one of those when we had met up the first time. That was so cool. Everybody liked it too, because of the is it R2D2 on the
it's R2D2.
Yeah.
And I was just trying to show that we go from from concept to finish.
Nice.
This one here is a new one that I created for the opening of the new park, the Epic Universe. This one specifically of the Silential Park, the main area that you go into before you go into the other different worlds.
Wow.
So I try to capture as much of the detail as possible. And then you can see here, this wording here, it comes from a poem that is on the archway of the location that's out there at the location.
Oh, okay. How about I was wondering how you selected what you wrote.
Yeah, no, this is what I did was I tried to match up the verse to the lands that were being represented. So like this one here is, for if you seek with curious heart your compass true and stars to chart, Celestial Park. This here is the constellation Draco for dragon, and this is Orion for the hunter.
Nice.
And then you got the hotel in the background and all of this stuff that's in the thing now.
How,
I did
how
a,
much is this coin right now? The new one.
this one here?
That's 25 now.
No, this is 20. This is a 2-inch coin.
It's still 20. Okay.
Yeah, I try to keep them as cheap as possible, so that way I'm not, you know, but yeah, they had to go up to $20 a coin, unfortunately. But this is a 2-inch coin, so it's my $20 coin.
Okay.
All right, so this one here, this one's not for sale. This one I did commemorating my time at Dave's school, and the final projects that we have are like commercial products, or if we could get them finished, they are. This was my group was this one here. And we did a video game with a little gremlin and stuff like that. Like, this is my modeling. I did this gremlin.
Okay.
Yeah, so
You gave these out to your classmates, basically.
yeah, exactly. It was a commemoration. Same with this one. This is here is a video that we did called The Unending, and this is to commemorate the project that we did. These are all the different students on both sides, on both coins.
There's his website, guys. Well, there's his YouTube channel. Scratching Pete just dropped your link in the chat.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Pete. I appreciate it.
So, like, on the back side of this is all the students' last names that worked on the project.
Nice.
So I trying to get as many of the like, I didn't miss anybody. They're all able to be on there, so I can get that. You know, if someone wanted to do a commemorative where they had like a bunch of people.
Right.
Then
Yeah,
on this one here,
on like, yeah, that is. I like that one.
this one here is my Hollywood Studios coin that you can still purchase if you'd like. This was actually made for the plainclothes operative units out of Hollywood Studios. They wanted a coin for themselves. So, but they love Star Wars, which I do too. So I put it all together, put some blasting, you know, a little action scene here. But on the backside, which I'm really proud of, my brother came up with this. These are the guests we are looking for, because they're the plainclothes operatives. They're the people that look for shoplifters.
Nice.
So
out of that, that was pretty sharp.
yeah, no, they really liked it. They thought it was nice. So this one here I did for the actual Magic Kingdom security. This one here is for legacy items. So you got the carousel, you got the ferry, which is about to go away.
Really?
Oh
They're
yeah,
getting rid of the ferry. Is that true?
they're getting rid of the ferry for the villains area is going to be there now.
Wow.
That's the only way I used to go.
Is going to get filled in, or what's going
I believe,
on?
yeah, I think they're filling in the lake and everything. Because Tom Sawyer Island, is my understanding, is going away as well.
Okay. Wow.
So, but I decided to do a legacy item for them. So all these items are things that are either about to go or on the cusp. They were there at the original opening of the park, though. You know, so like this is Thunder Mountain. You know, this is what do you call it? This is the mansion, the Haunted Mansion, carousel, the riverboat, and then this is the area that is the Tomorrowland. And then you got on the front side, or technically this is the front side with the security badge. The back side is the with Walt and the Mickey Mouse along with the castle. And of course I put on here that it was all started by a mouse. It was one of the quotes of Walt Disney. They wanted to make sure that nobody forgot how it started. This one here I did. This one's not for sale, but this is just one that I've done in my portfolio. A gentleman asked me to commemorate the start of the Starliner. So you can see like little security. My little security Mickey I drew up. Well, yeah, I drew that one up.
Cute.
This one here, he did for this one's also an old one just in my portfolio.
Right.
This one here is for sale. This one's known as the duality of Anakin Skywalker. So you have Anakin Skywalker as his Jedi form, and then Anakin Skywalker as his Sith form. And if you read Abaresh, but if you don't, it's okay because it's on the edge of the coin, and it basically boils down to for those who seek to balance the Force, you need to know both sides of the Force.
Awesome. And that's $20 on your website?
That one's a $20 coin.
That's a great deal. That's cool.
This one here is not for sale, but it was again one of my portfolio ones. But it's the reason why I keep it is because of the fact that it's very unique shaping, and so I show it off as a way of like, hey, I want this crazy, whatever. I want an electric chair riding through a mountain. Okay, well, we can do that. But this one here is for the Dueling Dragons of Orlando. It's a nonprofit organization for OPD and Orange County sheriffs to help at-risk kids.
Oh, okay.
So But this is just to show that we can do whatever shape you want.
Used to be the roller coaster too, which was a lot of fun that they
Right.
released.
A lot of people think that when I talk about it, they're like, "Oh yeah, I've been on that roller coaster." No, it's not a roller coaster. What they actually do is they make a paper boat or paper or cardboard boats that are shaped like dragons, and then they race them in the water.
Okay.
And they're actually in the boat, paddling it. That's the reason why. That's the reason why it looks like this, because the boat is supposed to look like the dragon.
Cool.
This one here is just an Encompass one, but the reason why I show it is because of the fact that of all the detail that is not UV printing. This is all strictly what I was telling you about, how like the drill can only do so much. I really was pushing it on this one because I wanted as much detail as possible, but not UV printing. If you can see how like this is some rehab equipment, guys touching a board, like having to trying to get his arm and shoulder to work again. Guy walking up and down the stairs, but he has a belt here. So that it's just more of an example of what the limit I can do for the detail if someone was to look. This one here is a fun little one that I did.
Roy. Gypsy and the Vanilla Gorilla wants to know what kind of metal is used for the coins.
So the inside is a metal, usually nickel or tin, something very inexpensive metal, and that's what holds most of the shape. Then it gets covered in aluminum if I want a silver, or if it gets brass, or if I'm trying to go for a gold effect. Based on the fact that if I wanted to do antique finish, or if I'm trying to do like high shiny, like the wedding coin that I showed you, that one, if it's high shine, they polish it up really bad or really nicely with a grinder, and then they just gradually go to like other rotating brushes and stuff like that gets that shine to come out. But if they want it for an antique, they kind of dirty it up a little bit and then bake it a little.
Okay.
All right, and then this one here was a Daytona Beach. These are kind of like the 501st, but for Ghostbusters. The cosplayers that dress up as Ghostbusters and they go to hospitals or other charity events. There's a bunch of these little groups around, so they like to have coins so they can trade amongst themselves. This one here is particularly was commissioned by a gentleman by the name of Wiggins, and he is out of the Daytona area, so he wanted something very iconic to the Daytona beach. So we did a Daytona scene where, if you look really close at this, can you see it?
Oh, the Speedway. I see.
So it's a Speedway, but that happens to be the Daytona. That happens to be Dale Earnhardt's car.
Oh, like a ghost kind of.
Yeah, so we have it as if like Daytona, Dale Earnhardt is still out there racing.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, he's causing a little ruckus, so the Ghostbusters have to come in and deal with it. So they really like that. So
all these coins require a 50 coin minimum run, right?
Yes. Well, okay. No, technically, no. Technically, if you want just one coin, I'll make you one coin, but it'll be a very expensive coin because all the upfront cost is all on that one coin. So if you wanted to make it cost effective, where some clients of mine, what they will do is they will purchase the 50 units so that they can pay for the one unit they actually want. So, for example, this one here is Halloween Horror Nights 29, and they had wanted to commemorate the bringing of the Ghostbuster house at Universal Studios here in Florida. So you can see where he has the symbol on the front side, the Stay Puft Marshmallow Mac on the back. Both sides are glow in the dark. You can see that there in the center. And we still have some of these coins that are for sale if somebody wants them. But the point that I was making was that he wanted the coin, but he didn't have money to pay for it, to pay for the full run. So what he did was he made a large enough order and sold to pay for the run.
Pre-sold the coins. Okay.
I don't know if he pre-sold or not. That's his responsibility because
Yeah, glow in the dark. Yeah.
Yeah, but he did what he needed to do so that he could get the money together to pay for the run.
Okay. What's the cost factor on the glow in the dark? Is that more expensive than paint?
It's a little bit more expensive. Yeah. But the problem, not the problem. So it's a little bit more expensive, but it also depends on what color you're choosing. because it's limited on the colors that you can make to glow in the dark. This one here is one that I ran. This was okay. So there's a little backstory for me. Is I used to work for security at Universal Studios, specifically in the Volcano Bay theme park, and the units, the different parks didn't talk to each other too much. So a police officer, a friend of mine at the time, wanted to do one for Volcano Bay. Nice. And he's like, he happened to be talking to me, not knowing my background. And he's like, I wish I knew an artist that would be able to do this. And I looked at him and I'm like, well, you sure happens to be talking to one. So I took care of, so this one happens to be of the three parks, Volcano Bay, Universal Studios, and Islands of Adventure. This was during the HHN 31 that I had created these because they were focusing on the classic monsters of the day. This is a set that comes out, but you don't have to buy the set. You can just buy the one coin if you only like one of them. This one here, we still have a couple of these, which is a Universal Studio. Now, however, I should tell you, with any of the HHN coins that I've made, they are limited edition because they are all numbered, and I cannot reprint them because the number is the number. There's only 200 of them that are made, and that's it. That once the 200 are sold, that they're all gone.
So how much would 50 coins be, give or take? Gypsy's saying, is it about $1,000 or so?
No, not necessarily. It depends on the complexity of the coin, but it also, if you're trying to keep within the 2-inch standard round coin, I usually can get them down to roughly about $5 to $7 a coin. Okay. But it all depends on what you want on it. Depends on like you said, when I first started and talked about how I had to make 3-dimensional drawings and stuff like that. Sometimes that can raise the price a little bit, but not by much, because, like I said, afterwards I can use the model for something else.
Right.
So I don't charge the full. Like, I don't charge you as if I am making a model specifically for you and I can never use it again. That's not how I do business. Anyway, this one here is of Vecna and 11 and stuff like this, Stranger Things. I went and I took the nice pristine scene of the entrance of Universal Studios and flipped it upside down and then broke it apart, so that way it could be upside down.
Yeah, I know a lot of people are going to ask you this: if they wanted to order from you, do you process credit cards, or is it has to be cash?
Nope. On my Wix website, they can process credit cards. So there's no issue. There is a little bit of a fee, but not by much. And in fact, no, you don't pay the fee if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I pay the fee. That's something.
So most of us don't have $600-700 laying around.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I take care of all that. And I do charge shipping unless you buy over $50 worth, because then it's cost effective that I can do it relatively cheaply, and I can ship anywhere in the world. However, if you are international, it does take a little longer because it has to go through customs, and I have to get all that paperwork together before I can send it. But it is something I've done. I've already sent some coins to Peru, and I've sent a coin to England once. So, but however, most customers, I mean, when you get $20 for the coin and then you get $70 for the shipping because you're in, I don't know, wherever, Germany, let's say, it kind of defeats the purpose. So this one here is, I also have a few more of these. This one's the more recent Halloween Horror Nights, number 33. And this was when they were doing another Ghostbusters house, but this was specifically for the Frozen Empire movie that had recently come out. But you can see the amount of detail that I put for the proton packs on the back of the ambulance, or Ecto 1. And then on the front side, I made it as if there's a crowd of Ghostbusters, because I was making it as if everyone that was going to the event was a voluntary Ghostbuster trying to help, deal with the issue.
So we have a question: if you want to reorder coins, say a year later,
they are cheaper.
A little cheaper.
Oh, by a lot. The reason why I say that is because you don't have to pay for the art fee again, because we already have the art fee. Unless you're changing the mold, you don't have to pay for the mold fee again because it's already there. So those are two major expenses that will not be there on a second reorder. So that, like, for example, you can see the detail on this one here. This is one of my coins that I sell regularly, and I give out to people that I see at Universal Studios that are doing a good job, you know, something like that. And you can see how much detail is in this. This coin here, after I went to reprint it, it was only about $3.50 a coin. So it dropped from like $7 a coin to like $3.50 or $4 a coin, I think, if I remember correctly.
That's doable.
You know, so it's the second printing. That's where you save some money, because you don't, like I said, you don't have to do the artwork as long as the artwork doesn't change or the mold doesn't change. If you want laser etching on it, that's not a problem. We can it's slight increase on money, like usually $40. But we can commemorate like say, for example, you are a school, right? And you wanted to have a coin every year that you have graduating class. But obviously the mold isn't going to change. The artwork isn't going to change, so that you don't have to worry about that. But what we can do is we can create a space on the coin somewhere where you can laser etch a name, so you can have it more personalized. So each coin, every year that you do this, you just give me the list of names that you want me to print to have it laser etched on there, and then I can have that taken care of for you. And so, like, you could literally hand out coins like at a graduation ceremony for Bob and George and Jill and whoever else could manage to get through school. And then the next year, the same mold, same art. No, okay, so you don't charge that, but then you change the names. You know.
That's Woody Woodpecker.
Oh yeah, that one is my LIBA coin, which is Law Enforcement Bicycle Association. This is an organization that is with I think it's all law enforcement. But it might just be only here in Florida. I'm not sure. And
I've actually taken that course when I worked. When I did work at Universal. Yeah, I took it.
So you can see where I have all the 3 parks and then the symbol itself.
That's awesome. Are those sold out, or you still have those?
I have a couple of these. These here, but this here can be a reprinting if I get.
Oh yeah, look at the Volcano Bay.
Yeah. I snuck it in there. This one here is a coin that is also is a reprintable coin. So if someone likes it, but this is the Disciple of Death. It's a mermaid's coin. What this is a professional mermaid likes to give out mermaid booty to guests when she does like Christmas parties or birthday parties and stuff like that. So she does a nice little underwater scene. This is a sunken ship, a galleon or something, and then you got 2 sharks, swimming around, showing you how dangerous it is. But what she would like to do is like throw these like weighted sticks into the water, and when the kids would go down there and get one of the sticks, they'd give it in exchange for the coin, because you don't want to throw a coin in a pool. It'll destroy the finish. This one here is this one was a cute idea I had. Unfortunately, nobody cared. What it was is the idea was you buy this for your child, and at night when you're reading a story to them, they can flip it once a night, and if they flips onto this side, which is Belle reading a book, they get one more story.
Oh. But
if they flips on this side, where Beast is sleeping in front of the fire, nope, it's time for bed.
Cute.
This one here, I have a whole crap load of them because, like I said, nobody cared about it. Some of my ideas hit, some of my ideas don't.
Yeah.
Oh, this one here I'm very proud of is because a couple of things. One is the Orlando Strong Group came to me and asked me to do a commemorative coin for the 5th year anniversary of the Pulse nightclub shooting. And so I tried to encompass everything that was going on there, the units that were bought. But if you look here, this has every name, all 49 names.
Wow.
So you can see the level of detail we can get.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, this is on a coin that is, for a very bad day. But anyway. So a lot of these are just corporation coins. This one's for Masons. This was an idea that had, I don't know if a lot of people remember, but the Sorcerer of the Magic Kingdom was a card game kind of thing where you did like walk around scavenger hunt style, and interacted with computer systems that were in the wall, and you would fight a villain or you would fight, whatever. And you could go and show the card as your spell. Okay. And so this happened to be one of the card faces, which was Sorcerer Mickey.
Oh, okay.
And so when I used to play this, I would you'd walk like 5 miles if you were to do a full game. And anyway, when they took the game away, I got a little upset, and I decided to make some coins so to see if I could rejuvenize the feelings on it, to try to get some activity on it. So I made 3 coins. This one is Elsa. And then this one was the Firehouse. These are for sale. I'm trying to get them out there, but yeah, and more times than not, I'm handing these out for free.
Gotcha.
That was the coin I started with, explaining the Southern Builders.
Yeah, Fantasia Mickey. Yeah.
Yeah, and then this one here was an old friend of mine wanted to have the Splash Mountain. When it was announced that it was no longer going to be Splash Mountain, it was going to turn into Tiana's corner or something like that. He wanted a deed passing,
Okay.
ceremony basically. And so I took the Briar Rabbit to Tiana, and
I see what you did. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Like handing it off. Okay.
exactly.
Nice.
And then they took a ride together, and of course you got.
That's cool.
Good.
Have you done Star Trek coins? Says Gypsy.
I have not, only because I haven't had a customer that asked for one. You want to be the first one? I'll get you a coin started.
Nice.
This
And
one
you might
here
be
is,
able to sell them, you know?
yeah. Well, Star Trek is a very popular franchise. I usually don't do coins unless there's a person that's saying I'd like to have a coin, and the only reason why I don't is because I could be doing coins forever, and I don't have that kind of cash.
Yeah.
So this one here was a commemorative coin for the creator of Dragon Ball Z. He unfortunately passed in 2024, and so I was a big fan of his, and so I created this as a 2.5-inch coin.
Wow.
So this is $25, but yeah, it's a real.
So that's why the angel halo is up there. That's sort of
Yes,
symbolic that he
Yeah.
passed away. Okay.
yeah, and this is our wish to try to have him back, but unfortunately, the Dragon Ball is just a little outside our reach.
Wow. Oh.
Because if you know the story, I don't know if you're familiar with the Dragon Ball Z story, but the dragon can wish. If you get all the Dragon Balls together, you can make a wish to the dragon, and you can get it granted, and you can bring people back from the dead or whatever. But unfortunately, we can't get the Dragon Ball. That's what I was trying to go for with this scene.
Gotcha. Interesting that you explained the coin. That's cool.
This one here is the one that you were showing off at your, I think, a couple of sessions ago. This is one that I give out to service members that I've seen or that I've come across. This one I designed with my mother, who was a 30-year veteran of DoD services out of White Sands Missile Range. And she felt that when she said, "Thank you for your service," she should hand them something, to thank you for the service. So,
Yeah.
So her and I came up with the idea. We came up with the Pentagon because of the fact that the DoD, each branch is represented, and don't come to me about Space Force. I don't want to hear it. The other thing is that the Pentagon it has a nice waving flag with the eagle about to lift off or elevate himself.
Mm-hmm.
So that was our idea. The eagle is UV printed. We'll try to capture as much detail as possible. And so, yeah, this was a one that I made with my mother.
Oh, that's nice memory. Yeah.
This one here I did with a boss of mine, an old boss. He was a veteran as well as I am, and he's like, we need a coin for us. And I was like, well, I made the DoD coin. He's like, no, we need a coin where the veterans can say "fuck you." I apologize, I didn't mean to cuss on your thing. But
No, that's fine. We do sometimes. You're good.
okay. Well, anyway, so yeah, this is one that he and I came up with. Again, we have the 5 branches on the backside. Don't talk to me about
everybody
SpaceX.
likes this coin. Yeah.
And then or Space Force. And thank you for your service. And then we have the Department of Veterans Affairs in the center. instead of the Department of Defense in the last one. And then here's a nice, skull. Everyone likes the skull for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one here I designed with my father, who was a cop for 20 years. And the reason why we came up with this shape, a lot of people are like, why'd you come up with this? There's actually a reason behind it. This is the triangle showing the 3 pillars of the community. You have the fires being represented here, both honor in red, police, courage in blue, hospital in white, sacrifice. They're all connected by yellow bands, which is for dispatcher.
Nice. See that, guys? And this one's 25, right?
Yeah, this one's 25.
Okay.
On the backside, you have all their symbols. Unfortunately, I couldn't fit a dispatcher headphones. I was trying to, but it didn't work.
Right.
But I felt that the yellow should be enough, I guess.
Nice.
But yeah, so this one here I designed with my father.
Cool.
Then these are I'll go through a couple of quick ones here. This one here I did for a drug recognition enforcement. This is the University of Central Florida, which is here in Orlando. This one here I did for City Walk. I did this for a friend that was a sergeant at the City Walk, and he felt that I did coins for all the other parks. I should do one for City Walk as well.
Nice, yeah. City Walk.
This is Universal Studios coin that I do, and I pass out to a lot of officers. This is the original Volcano Bay coin that I did, but unfortunately, I had to stop issuing it out because the OPD felt that their badge should not be on something like this. So the next one is the new Volcano Bay. This is the one that I hand out now, and as you can see, it's vacant of the Orlando PD.
And that is glow in the dark at the top, right?
This here is glow in the dark. Yeah.
Top portion. Yeah, that's so cool.
This is the traffic and homicide investigations coin that I did for Volusia County. This is the Mr. Rights coin.
Right.
This was commemorating an old magazine that was called Yank. And so that's some of the ones that I can show you that are not, what do you call it? Redacted or secret or whatever.
Right.
But yeah, no, I've done over 150 coins of it over the years and stuff like that. And a lot of people seem to like them. So I keep trying. Maybe one day I'll make the right one, and people will know who I am.
It just takes one, like they say. So I appreciate you coming on.
No problem. I didn't mean to get so long-winded.
Oh, no worries. No worries.
I don't know how long you guys usually stream for.
I enjoyed it. This was interesting.
So the current project that we're on is, like I said, I'm doing the book for 82nd Airborne Division and turning it into a audio, kind of like an audio book thing. That's on my YouTube channel right now, and it's the first episode I just dropped the other day, but I'm going to improve it and drop it again. And but the second one I'm planning on doing every Thursday from now on. So if anyone wants to learn about the 82nd, we'll be having a nice little video each week.
Angel wants to know, can you do a 3D Chewbacca?
Absolutely.
Yep, hit him up, Angel.
Actually, I already have one. If you really want to look at it.
Wow. Okay.
So let me see here.
Thank you, everybody that's going to go check out his website. If you do buy a coin on his website, just please let me know so that I can let them know.
Let me see if I can find him real quick.
Hopefully, a few of you guys will go over there and
I've been modeling for about 20 years now, so I have a crap load of things.
Before the prices go up, before the tariffs hit, guys.
Like I said, this is Maya. This is my 3D programming.
That would be great if somebody can order a coin from you. That would be amazing.
So these are all the characters I've had over the years. So this one here is particular.
There you go. Look, he already has one. But
so I would just have to clean it up so that way I can get it. So this is just a general model, like this is my starting point, or not really my starting point. I shouldn't say it that way. This is what I do is that I rough. Okay, let me. It's better if I explain it this way. This is how I start. See that?
Yep.
And everything starts from this. So when I go to build anything out, such as a foot or a person's head or something like that, I go and I have to go and figure out the geometry of them. So if I go and I take a person's face, that would be about the eyes, right about there. Nose would be right in this area, and the mouth. And I know it doesn't look like much, but as I work with it, and as I try to negotiate what I'm doing, I missed that one. Sorry, I'm talking in.
Oh, wow.
So then I go through and I try to shape it up. So this section here comes out because it's the nose bridge.
Okay.
And so then I go and I need this to be the eye sockets. I mean, we can do this all day, so I don't want to I don't wanna bore you guys. But,
It's like
but
playing Minecraft or something.
where do you think Minecraft came from?
Probably this. Okay.
There's the bridge of the nose, brow.
Yeah, digital sculptor. Yeah. Yeah, this is relaxing to watch too.
You have your mouth down here. You want to smile? You see what I'm saying? So, and I would just negotiate this over and over, and it takes quite a few hours and stuff like that. But don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But then I keep shaping it to the point where I have my ears, back of the head come out. You need, figure out where I'm going to put my neck.
I could see how that could become a month.
Oh yeah, no, it takes a while. It does, but so there's also other tricks that you can make. So some people don't start with a cube. I do. It doesn't really. It's personal preference, honestly. But some people also can start with like a cylinder. Let's see here.
Okay.
So it's whatever primitive shape you are comfortable with. So there's a lot of people that will like start like this. Watch. Oops.
What's this program called again?
It's Autodesk Maya.
Autodesk Maya. Okay.
Yeah, it's one of the most stronger programs out there. There's a lot of 3D programs out there like Blender, which is really good. Don't get me wrong. But the reason why I don't use Blender is only because I was trained on Maya from the school that I went to. So if I learned Blender.
Please hit the thumbs up for me. Let's get 50 likes on the stream.
So let's see here.
Thanks everybody that shared me out today.
Yeah, I'm just looking right now to see.
Thumbs up. I appreciate you guys.
Take a peeky weeky. How many people we have in here?
Joe Arcade shared me out. Thank you, Joe. Yep, we got 18 million in the building, guys. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm showing 17.
Not
So
bad,
yeah,
not
wow.
bad, guys. This was interesting. Autodesk is a good company.
Yeah, I use them for most of my stuff. I used to be a real estate contractor, such as houses and commercial buildings and such. And so when I was first starting out, I learned on Autodesk AutoCAD. And what that was is mostly for construction documents and stuff like that. But it was also a 3D modeling program. So I would build houses, turn them into 3D models, make it so that somebody can understand how.
Thank you, Anfield.
Make it understand how big a room was or something like that, so that they knew what they were actually purchasing before we ever built anything. Because once you build stuff, it's very expensive to go and make alterations, obviously. So what you want to do is build it in computer. That way you can delete it as many times as you want, and then you can go from there. You know what I'm saying? So like if they would say, I want a room that's 19 by 20 for my man cave, but they got a freaking grand piano, it ain't gonna fit. So I would go through and build a house basically virtually. Now I'm going this like really quickly, but you can kind of see what I'm making here.
Thanks, Chrissy. Thanks everybody that shared the stream out.
Then you take a spinner, rotate it. Now, obviously, I would spend more time cleaning it up, but I'm just trying to. I don't want to bore your guys. You know, I'm sure that somebody's got want to do something else. But there is an eyeball.
Gotcha. Okay.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I start from very simple items, and then I go about it. Now, like I said, I would go through and I would clean this up, and I would have to come through and create folds. You know.
James. What's up, James?
See what I'm saying?
And you build on it, put the iris on there.
Yeah, exactly.
Iris, you know what I mean, the pupil and all that stuff.
Yeah, and then I would keep on creating an eyelid, you know, so that way I can be able to shut the eyelid and have blinking operations. And then when it gets down to it, I would go and create. I don't need to have this. Let's see. So like let's say you wanted a female or a male model or something like that to do something, for example, I would because building a model for a person every time is very slow and arduous, and it can take quite too much time, to more than the client would want you to take, right? So what I've done is I have basic to the bodybuilder. Oh, right.
What's up, June Buggy? Muffy's here.
You know, okay. So I was in the process of moving stuff around, so people. Anyway, okay. So the point that I was trying to make is that I have base model for figures for humans and stuff like that, and I moved them, and now I don't know where I moved them to. That is. Folks. All right, I'm sorry about that, but anyway, so this one? No, that's the one I was just in. I'm trying to organize because I'm turning into from a single person, I'm turning into an actual business, so I have to be more mindful of how my way of you're speaking of Star Wars or Star Trek. I am also having to do the one out of 2009 movie.
Chrissy Hardens.
So, you want that on a coin? I can do it.
Boom! There you go.
Yeah, but that's the 2009 version. I can make whatever version, you know, because I know that the Star Trek is my father's favorite, so I used to watch it with him. So I know that there's like, I think there's like 13 different versions of the Enterprise if you were to go through its history.
Wow.
I think it goes through like Star Trek L or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, there's still a big following for Star Trek, but a lot of people are so old now that maybe they don't collect because these people that really admire it are in their 70s.
Yeah.
Maybe 80s even. And yeah, I mean, that's the thing, is that you still got the Picard series.
Mm-hmm.
So there's still a demand for Star Trek stuff. Star Wars is the hottest. You can't go wrong with Star Wars. You just can't.
You really can't. Well, I mean, that's just that was what I always grew up on. So, like, I got the Batmobile that I created. So, you know, things like that.
Got to be careful with the copyright stuff. They denied one of my coins. I was going to do a coin with superheroes, and it was going to be Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, and Deadpool and Daredevil, and they didn't want to print it because some coins got confiscated in customs in LA. Yes.
So what I do,
coins did. Yeah.
So the reason why I'm able to do some of the Frenches I do is because I try to use an act called the Fair Use Act, And so as long as I'm changing it at 30%, like for example, here's a prime example. Where did I put it? One
Is it
second.
to get into the details of it, how to make
Yeah,
it work?
you have to change something around. Yeah, you have to change
Yeah.
colors or do
Yeah,
something
yeah,
different.
Well, like that, that's what I was going to say is that mine is a 30% difference than what is originally, okay. So for example, everyone knows who Anakin Skywalker is, or who is played by, I should say. Not Tomorrow Library. Sorry.
Right.
Hayden Christensen, and everybody knows what he looks like. But my coin for the Darth Vader one isn't Hayden Christensen per se. It's see what I'm saying? So
Right.
that could be Hayden Christensen, that could be a mannequin, that could be whatever.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So yes,
Right.
it's Anakin Skywalker I'm representing, or I want representing, but it's 30% difference than the actual actor that portrayed him. So I have to be very careful about that. Yeah, I agree with you, sir. I'm sorry, I apologize. What's your name?
Ted, yeah.
Ted, sorry, apologies. Anyway, but yeah, so you're right. Yeah, you have to be careful, otherwise you can lose your product and stuff like that. So even though everyone knows Hayden Christensen looks like this, there's only so much detail you can put into the thing, and you can change. If it comes back too much like Hayden Christensen, you send it back. And like for example, Darth Vader, right, looks like this, obviously. But let me try and get something. The first attempt at that we tried on this thing.
Oh, okay.
See what I'm saying?
The angles are a little different. Yeah.
Well, we had to go about this one here. I did not think I needed to do a 3D model at first because I thought they would be able to figure out where this curvature is and this angle. I was wrong. So that was pretty bad because I was just like, yeah, what the fuck is
It kind of looks like a hybrid of C-3PO, and it looks like a hybrid though.
Yeah, so sometimes it goes really bad, but other times it comes out pretty nice. So, like I said, I do as much of I should say I try to make it so that it's as foolproof as possible, but there is always a possibility of an issue where at the point of completion it does not look like what we anticipated. However, I have not had that problem very often.
It looks like Ant-Man.
I'm sorry.
Now, if you had some confiscated by customs or at the border, whatever, would your company have insurance for that, or how would you work that out with the customer?
Well, obviously, if the customer didn't get their product because I never got it, that I would have to reimburse them their money. Because quite frankly, I don't take money unless well, I mean, I take the payment and stuff like that when it's due. But what I mean is that if it came down to it where like they got taken by customers, I would reimburse the customer, and then I would deal with my manufacturer and figure out what the heck we're going to do on the next step. I've never had that happen to me, so I honestly don't know what would be the next step. If whether or not it's I stop working with them or I whatever case may be, I don't know yet because that's never happened. Knock on wood.
So you have a good track record, like
so far, yeah.
Something to say,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I wish Chantra was in the chat because I think Chantra is the one that told me about somebody's thing got confiscated. I think it was Chantra that told me that.
Wow. Yeah, well,
and he was telling me about somebody's shipment that got confiscated.
I'm not disagreeing because I know that there is issues with China and stuff like that. So I know for a fact that a lot of people have some issues. But yeah, for the most part, I have not had any problems as of yet. So hopefully I don't. But we'll see where we go from there. Yeah, pretty much. That's pretty much what I do. What is this here? Let's see here. Oh no, this is something else. Okay, this happens to be a scene that I'm was in the process of creating and see if I can find it. But, so this is like what would happen if I do like architecture stuff. I go and find as many images of the area I can, so that I can figure out what we are doing in the product, right? So this is the scene that, or the location that we want to try to create or recreate. So I will find hundreds and hundreds of pictures of it. This particular one was a test. So I had to do in school. So I was given this image here, and I was told to recreate this scene. But first, for me to do that, I need to know what I'm dealing with. So I found the place. The place happens to be in Makati Metro, Manila, in the Philippines. Because I use skills that I learned in the service to go and figure out how to find stuff. Anyway, but yeah, so this is what I do, and on that. But this scene came and looked. Let me see if I can find the image of it. Rendered images. Here. And this is where I'll leave. So this is the one in front of me.
Wow. Dang.
So if you were to look at the reference, that's the scene.
I wonder if you could do like crime scene reenactment, something like to that effect.
I would be able to. That would not be a problem, because of the fact that it would just be a matter of utilizing the skill set that I already have to just But you can see that would be the big window that's right here, the door, and then the area of the soffit above. So you can see. So yeah, that's what I do. When we first met and you're like, well, what do you do? I was like, it's a little difficult to explain. This is why it was difficult to explain. So yeah. But if I find, let me see if I can quickly find, let me do the search for it. The finished item looks pretty good.
You work your CSI, says Angel.
Yeah. No, I don't. I used to. I was a special operations out of Fort Bragg when I was first an adult, and then I unfortunately got injured to the point where I couldn't continue the job. So I came home. I was a disabled veteran. I have been a truck driver. I've been IT. I've been a security officer. I've been a fast food wrangler. I do whatever is necessary so that way I can do this, which is my passion. I love art.
Right.
And so
exactly.
I did everything I could just to get to the point that I'm at right now. And I think this was, yes, as you can see.
So you mentioned that you have Parkinson's. Does that slow you down? How do you cope with that? As far as like, how does that impact your, like, you wanting to be you doing artwork?
Yeah, it does impact me quite a bit because of the fact that my arms, my legs, they start locking up on me. They start getting stiff. They start tremoring.
I hope you don't mind me asking.
No, it's fine.
You did mention it, but you're pushing through.
Yes, I have
your disability. It's very inspiring to see that you're doing your passion despite your disability.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. It sucks. It really does. But I have a good, strong support group with my spouse and my friends around me. I have an excellent doctor that I will go through the VA with. So they've been taking care of me. Like I said, I'm 100% disabled. So technically I don't have to work, but I can't seem to just sit down and do nothing. So this is, so I went to school. I went to do things. Like I was saying, the left is my recreation, and then the right is the original photo that I was given. But yeah, no, as for the Parkinson's, it's something that I have to manage. It's something I have to work around. I do the best I can with it. And some days I can't get out of bed, but other days I do this. So
Yeah, I appreciate you meeting me. You've met me twice now so far in person. I appreciate your time, and
no
of
problem.
course, you did donate some coins that we will put on future giveaways, guys. So that's something we can look forward to.
So anyway, I don't want to keep your guests. I'm sure. I mean, your crowd and stuff like that. I'm sure you have other things you want to cover or something. I don't want
No
to
worries. Yeah,
monopolize
I'll
your
definitely
time.
have you on again if you'd like to come on again.
Oh,
Go to
yeah.
his website, guys. If you want to purchase something, just please shoot me an email or a comment. Let me know that you
And
did.
I should say that most of the stuff that we're going to be starting to do, we have a couple of projects that were in the works. They are going to start coming out on YouTube. They will be starting coming out on our Instagram page. I don't really use TikTok much, and I don't use Twitter much, but I can if people really want to talk to me on those. But for the most part, we have a couple of things coming out. Like for example, I have the new series, or the series I was telling you about, the America's Guard of Honor. That is my book that I'm writing for the 82nd Airborne Division to see if the museum would sell it. But in the meantime, I'm turning it into like an audio kind of slideshows kind of thing,
Wow.
so that way people can start listening to it now, because I think it's a good. I think I'm doing a really good job on it. And it's informative. What I'm trying to do is a novelization of history, so every episode will be cited, so to show where I'm getting my information from, so that way it's not something that is not if someone did something incredible in the episode, they probably actually did it, because I would research that. You know what I'm saying? So
His YouTube's the handle is @AlbiesArt.
yes.
So
And the other projects that we got going on is the school bus POV, or I mean PSA, that I was kind of showing off there a little bit. We're also working on a Scrooge McDuck little kind of fan film, and where Scrooge McDuck and Darkwing Duck and Tailspin are all put together in a story. And so that's what we're trying to get done in hopefully the next few months, because we need to get into the film festival that we're trying to get into, is Azur Lorca film festival. It's specifically made for people that utilize an already existing IPs. It has to be a fan IP that has already been existing for quite some time. So.
Okay. All right, guys. Thanks everybody that came up today, and I will see you guys on the next one. Please go check out his YouTube and his website, and
Thank
let
you
him
very
know
much for listening to me. I appreciate it.
on my channel, guys. Amazing. Well, love to have you on again, Robert. Thanks for
No
coming
problem.
on. All right, guys. Have a great day.
All right.
See you on the next one, guys. Peace.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay.